In this tutorial, we'll go over how to generate a confidence interval from mu using the t-interval feature in the TI-84 calculator. The TI-83 calculator is very similar. All right, so to start off, we're going to use the t-interval if we know, or we can assume, that the population is normal. That is a condition in order to use the t-distribution, if we have a small sample, rather. And also we need sigma to be unknown. If we know what sigma is, which is pretty unrealistic, but if we do know what sigma is, we should use the z-interval instead. All right, so generally we're going to be using this for small samples in this class, just because the z-distribution is a decent approximation for the t-distribution if you have a large sample. All right, so long story short, use this for small samples generally when sigma is unknown. All right, so to start off, we're going to go through two cases. The first case is when we want to generate a confidence interval from mu, but we're only given raw data to work with. So we're not given summary statistics. And case two is when we're given summary statistics. We're given the sample mean, the sample standard deviation, and the sample size. All right, let's start off with case one with just raw data. To enter in your raw data into the TI-84 calculator, hit stat. And the commands are listed down here that I'm pushing, so you can see what I'm pushing. They're also highlighted in red over here. And then hit enter for edit. I want to enter in my data into list 1. To clear the data from list 1, if I just hit the up arrow, so list 1 is highlighted, I can then hit the clear button and hit enter. And this will clear the data from list 1. Do not hit delete. All right, now I'm just going to enter in my data set, so 57, 68, 51, 40, 55, 63, 49. Okay, and I made a small mistake. Let me edit that. Instead of 55, I typed in 5. All right, so I can just up arrow and fix that. Okay, and it looks like I got everything. There's 7 items in this data set. And when you're on the last line, on the dash line, it should show the number after the sample size. So it's on list 1, item 8. All right, next I want to get, at this point you can just generate your confidence interval. So hit the stat button, right arrow. If I just right arrow once and go to calc, I can hit enter here. I'm not going to, but I could hit enter here. And it will give me the sample mean, the sample standard deviation, and the sample size. Then I can use a formula to generate what I need. But for the purposes of this tutorial, we'll have the calculator do it for us. And we want to use the t-interval feature, which is item number 8. You can arrow down to item 8 and then hit enter, or you can just type in the number 8 to go to t-interval right here. Okay, you have a choice whether you want to use data or stats. We want to use our data set, so just make sure data is highlighted and hit enter. So it's when you go down, it's the data that's highlighted. We want to use list 1. If list 1's not in here, if you put your data in a different list, just hit second and then the list number you want. Make sure frequency is set to 1, and then type in your confidence level as a decimal point, so 0.99. And then hit enter. And there's our confidence interval. Okay, for case 2, we're going to generate a 90% confidence interval from mu, where only S, X bar, and N are given, so we're not given the raw data set. This is going to be even a little bit easier. So you hit the stat button again. We don't need to enter in any data, so just go right to tests. And then go down to item number 8, t-interval. I'll just type in 8. This time, since we're given just the stats, not the raw data, make sure you highlight stats and hit enter. It's pulling the stats automatically from the data set that was previously chosen, so let me just erase that and choose what I want. So my sample average is 77. So I'm just going to type in 77 for X bar. And you can just type right over it. It will automatically erase what's there previously. The standard deviation was given to be 20. And the sample size is given to be 15. It says to generate a 90% confidence interval, so I'll just type 0.9. or 0.90 would work too, and then hit calculate. And there you go. So our 90% confidence interval from you in this situation is between 67.9 to 86.1.